it's completely in violation of what the idea of what it was supposed to be. But there's some jag in the background whispering in their ear about how you can do it, and it's okay for them to do those things,
It's
right?
one of those, like I said, I know I can be abrasive and you may not like what I have to say, but I want to tell you how I feel. I think it's important that we're on the same page, and that doesn't go well with everyone. And it becomes
Here's the
more
thing,
about emotion than productivity. And for me,
bro.
I don't have time for your emotion right now because we got a job to do. And I'm always about job first. It's always mission. We always say sailors first. I disagree. It's the mission because we're getting paid to go to war. That's what we do. We're a war machine. Now you have to take care of your sailors so they can go to war. Now they might kind of level back and forth, but it is mission
Yeah.
first. That's my
But
mindset.
here's what I will tell you, right? Because I appreciate you falling on that sword and saying that. But I know the leaders up north, they also were direct communicators. They would also come at you. And in my personal opinion, it was petty,
Yeah.
right? It
Yep.
was petty. It was some sort of a personality conflict. And it was not people able to just put away the crap and get aligned. And I will tell you, it was the exact same thing when I went through my stuff, right? You got this freaking dude up on the hill who's being petty because he doesn't like somebody. And then I'll never forget in my situation, once I illustrated how stupid the whole thing was, then they went after trying to find things to
Yeah.
validate their
Yeah.
pettiness. And it's like, bro,
And
that's what's wrong with the
you
United
know what,
States Navy.
Gary? I had no idea. You held it together. I had no idea you
I did hold it
had
together.
no
I
idea.
did.
You got
And
out
I
there,
was
rode your bicycle during lunch, came back in, took a shower, got back to work, chewed a few
yep.
asses, got back to work. I never even knew that was going down. I mean,
It was
you really put that mask on because I know being jerked around so much by, it's not the Navy, it's people in charge who shouldn't be in charge. And
yeah.
getting jerked around by them, it really kills your mental health. It really does. And
I'm telling you, bro.
we
I
suffer in
was,
silence.
I was like you had said earlier about I might hurt somebody, right? As a person, as a young man in particular, I was nothing to play with,
Yeah,
right? I was a violent young man,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so when I joined the Navy and I learned how to control myself, there's still that part of me that's inside that I'd never really dealt with all the way. And I will tell you, that was a time in my life that I was struggling because I was like, what's stopping me from driving up that mountain, walking in that house, and just laying waste?
Yeah.
Right? I was struggling with that. And then I got my wife, I got my kids, I've got this career that I'm so proud of. I've got my sailors, I've got my the whole community, right? I had Naval Base Guam on my back, bro.
Yep.
Like that was
Everybody knew
my
your
base.
name.
That was my base, bro. There's these people who have no love for this base, no love for this island. They don't, and they're over there manipulating the storyline to get me to feel. I was struggling, bro. And so when I realized I couldn't do nothing about it, that's when I started thinking about hurting myself because I'm like, I got to do something. I couldn't control. I didn't know what to do. It took years. It took counseling. It took medication, and it took me. Oh, bro! It took me walking away from something that I loved, which was leading sailors.
Not only
Right?
that, I believe with you, and I believe this with Keith too, you would have been a fleet or you would have been a force. That would have happened by your trajectory and by where you were going from 7th Fleet to Guam. I believe that would have
Yeah,
been in your chopping cards.